subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, we are in the building. Yes, we are. Round of applause to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are up in this piece, ready to chop up some good game as we always do. Welcome, welcome, welcome all. We're going to be chopping it up real heavy. Oh, yes, indeed. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me good. If you can hear me loud and clear, I would love a thumbs up from you. That would be so phenomenal. And before I get into what I get into, let me shout out to some of the regulars up in here. Let me show y'all some love. Let me show the regulars some love real quick. Let's see. We got Sweets in the building, Jalan in the building, Maroc, Deneen. We got Kimbo. We got who we got Mooney, we got Michi God, Todd Power, Randy B, Trinity, Stephanie, Noel. We got Harriet Tubman's Pistol, Brother McCall, Melrose, the lovely Rashonda in the building. We got 444 215 Lil. We got Precise Flow Arts in the building. Our good brother Marcel in the building. And Justice Eve in the building. Much respect to you guys. Respect to the law. Oh man. So y'all saw what went down today with the Supreme Court joint and the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. Man, it's shaking up the table right now. Boy, it shook up the table. For those who don't know, and you've been under a rock, Trump is changing the rules. He wants to change the rules about who gets to be a U.S. citizen by just being born here. See, right now, the 14th Amendment says if you're born in the U.S., you're a citizen no matter what. But Trump, he signed this executive order, I think it was 14160, that says no, 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 no. I think it says if your parents aren't legal citizens or green card holders, you don't get citizenship, even if you're born here. And before now, judges, they've blocked the order nationwide, meaning it can't, you can't use that executive order anywhere. Now, what the Supreme Court just said, because we got to be very clear, people think that birthright citizenship is just thrown out altogether, but no, there's there it's weakening birthright citizenship to a certain degree. The Supreme Court, they said from now on, lower courts can't hold back a law or policy nationwide, meaning they can block it in their own state or district, even though some of the judges who still think Trump's order might be illegal or unconstitutional, the policy, it could be used in parts of the country. So they can enforce this thing now in certain parts of the country, depending on the state. So a lot of the Democrats and immigrants, they're very nervous right now because birthright citizenship is not officially ended, but this new ruling creates a loophole. So Trump's order can now be enforced in many areas, especially in the red states. And these kids out here born to undocumented parents in those states, you might not get citizenship. No birth certificates, no social security number, none of that stuff. So this is weakening that, and it forces people to fight it in court state by state. So it creates an uphill battle for people to come in and just start anchoring themselves. You see, and it's going to go back to the Supreme Court. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but this is a game changer. And the thing is, when Trump got up there today and did his speech, he said, "Listen, the 14th Amendment was intended for the babies of slaves." And boy, that really rocked a lot of people's boats, which is true. It was made for foundational Black Americans. See, Trump is talking lineage talk. Trump is talking that lineage talk. He's talking what we're saying. That really has a lot of the Democrats and the people on the left really ticked off. That really has them seething right now. Yeah. And the thing is, man, they shouldn't be mad. The Democrats, look, this is the pendulum swinging back, Democrats. Where's RJ and all them people? I know RJ's probably somewhere stuffing some bush meat in a little suitcase just in case he has to bounce somewhere. So yeah, it's getting heavy. But listen, the Democrats, they're gritting their teeth right now. And the problem is this pendulum swung and hit you in the ass because Democrats, you guys have been doing this benign neglect against foundational Black Americans for so long. You've been neglecting us, and we've been the ones uplifting your policies, and you guys have totally disrespected us, crapped on us. This is why we are not tripping about what's happening right now. We're not really tripping. Y'all have that benign neglect policy starting in the 70s, talking about it. You got to intentionally ignore the needs of Black Americans. So that's why they always talk around our issue. And then they start pushing mass immigration without any safeguards for Black labor. With the 1965 Immigration Act, that was championed by the Democrats. We made sure that removed racial quotas because Black folks, we wanted other Black people to come in to act as reinforcement. But what happened was they started getting folks and running a Jedi mind trick on us, getting them and pulling them to the side and putting them in job positions and other positions over us. And they didn't give us, the foundational Black Americans, any type of protections for our labor. We were already economically vulnerable after centuries of oppression. So, that created a lot of job competition and, that put a wrench in the game. And these democratic cities eventually became gateways for these non-FBA political machines. See, a lot of these Democrat local power areas, they were shifting into immigrant political blocs from Caribbean, Latino, African backgrounds. And many of these people started to really disrespect us openly with all that lazy Akata talk and the Hispanics and the Asians and all of them. They all got on code against us after we elevated people. Yeah. And then they start talking like white conservatives against us in order to get their little positions. So we start getting locked out of policy decisions that our ancestors built. And this was the Democrats pushing this nonsense. And also these Democrat funded immigration services, they start giving them all these resources while in the 70s and 80s, we slowly started to see them cutting Black programs. Before that, in school, it was mandatory that you had to be in a band. They had all types of summer programs, free lunch programs, youth programs, baseball programs, basketball programs. Y'all remember back in the day, they had a whole bunch of little programs for the community that kept us out the streets. Then all of a sudden, these programs and these resources started to go to these damn immigrant groups. And then all the little programs for us started to dry up. That's what the rise of hip hop was about in New York in the 70s. All the programs were gutted. They didn't have the music programs no more. They didn't have no basketball leagues no more. They didn't have nothing. So cats would just start plugging up stereos in the park and rhyming and created a whole different culture based on deprivation. While some of these other groups were getting prioritized with the resources that we were supposed to get. Yeah. So we start seeing immigrant legal defense funds and sanctuary cities and refugee assistance. And there's all types of little secret money that these folks get. Don't let them run this game that they come over here with $2. There's a whole cachet of money waiting on these folks. You understand? And the DNC, they've been the main ones elevating these anti-FBA immigrants into Black representation from Kamami, Obama. um, Byron Donalds, Wes Moore, Winston Sears, all of these folks. They elevate these people to speak on our behalf, and we wonder why we don't get a damn thing. And immigrants do, while they got some melanated face up there. See, yeah. Yeah, the pendulum was gonna swing sooner or later. The pendulum is swinging right now. They focused on immigration rights over reparations. They played games with our reparations, especially in the last election. They were playing games. And we said, okay, if that's what it's going to be, this is what we're going to do. Let you guys crash and burn. Let me get some folks in here while I'm talking. Zoe for life. We got a Haitian cat. Zoe, what's happening, Zoe? Mr. Zoe for life, unmute your microphone if you can, sir. Zoe for life. I'm calling you, player. If you can unmute that microphone and let us know what's on your mind, that would be great, Zoe for life. All right, well, there you go. What's up, Zoe?
Yeah, what up? What up? What it do?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Hey man, chilling, man. I'm watching America falling off.
You watch it's falling off?
Yeah.
Now, how so?
I think, hey man, this man going back to Constitution. That's dangerous.
He's doing
I,
what?
it, yeah, he going back to change the Constitution. That's not good.
Well, why is it not good?
Shit. He, hey, he can do a lot more shit that I see a lot of FBA like thinking like, oh yeah, he getting all the black immigrant out, but hey, he can bring back slavery too.
Okay, you think that's gonna happen?
I'm just saying. Yes.
Yeah, ain't nobody bringing back. We ain't about to be in no damn fields. That's never gonna happen again.
Hey man, that man crazy. He could do that.
Yeah, we crazy too. That's not gonna happen. And and your folks, man, look, they just ended deportation relief for Haitians.
Yeah.
You heard about that? How your family doing? How y'all feeling about that?
Said, listen, man. What I could say is, uh, got them Democrats, man. We don't rock with them.
Mm-hmm.
They got some shitty shit they got going on in Haiti. Shit. Even you feel like I used to, if you go watch a Trump interview, he was like, man, these people trying to empty Haiti out. He don't like that shit.
Mm-hmm. Now you're
So
in Miami, right?
now I grew up in Florida, but I'm in North Carolina now.
Oh, okay. Now when you going back
But
to Haiti, are you going back there to help your folks or what? You just said to hell with it.
yeah, I want to go. Shit, I'm waiting for we all waiting for the peace to come on. That's what we're waiting for. Shit, I ain't trying to be here, man.
Well, yeah,
Shit about to go down out here.
you trying to be here now? Because if you didn't want to be here, Haiti ain't that damn far. You can go back up there with barbecue and them niggas. So you ain't over there with them. You right over here with
I
us.
do. Shit.
Mm.
I be trying to go, nigga. I'm trying to go for real.
No, you safe here among foundational Black Americans. Just say that. I wish y'all just say that. Stop saying y'all trying to go back. Y'all ain't never going back, and y'all know that. That's all right. Y'all here with us.
Look, no. We came here to make the money.
Mm-hmm.
The dollar. You know what I'm saying? Go fall. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least for now, shit. Because they trying to cancel that shit. They trying to make They trying to bricks trying to cut that shit down. So
Mm. Well, let me get my brother Twizzle in here. Hold on. I want to get Twizzle in the conversation. Brother Twizzle from the Bay. What's up, brother?
What's up with a player, man? You know this your friendly neighborhood player partner, man.
All day. What's up, brother? How are you?
Man, you know if I complain, nobody will listen. But shout out to Donald Trump, man, and shout out to you too, Tariq, because I remember during this election season, you said that we aim to destroy and for the Democratic Party to fall, and that's what's happening.
Mm.
And with Donald Trump, remember when he said in his last presidency, when he said black people and I mean built this country,
Yeah.
yes, and he gave us credit. they was pissed at that. Now with this 14th Amendment thing, and he's acknowledging us saying it is for black people. It's a lot of people that's pissed, but it's a lot of scared people too. But we really don't care about that. I came up here to speak on something, but I kind of got threw off with how these people being here talking because you be on one thing and they say something so outlandish to where you kind of like wait forget it. But I just want to say, shout out to UT and shout out to to the room, man, because I kind of forgot it through my mind, man, that this numb nuts right here. But go ahead, pimpin'. I'm gonna land my plane.
All right, my brother. It's all good. It's all good. All right, Zoe for life. Any last words, brother? Any last words?
Hey, hey, man. What I can say is, man, today, what I'm saying, this nigga like Trump, he going for everybody. Today, he going for whatever you want to say, Haitians or whatever, black immigrants, whatever. But tomorrow it could be FBA. You never know.
Dude, they done gone for us already. That dude, we've already done, sir.
No. I ain't trying to throw shit out there to scare y'all. Nah,
It
it's
ain't.
not that.
Hey, I'm just telling you, they've gone after us first. They've been going after us for the last 400 years. We're used to it. So yeah, they ain't doing nothing else that they've not already done. You understand?
Yeah, man. But that's us Haitian, man. Nah, we be good, but we fine.
Mm.
Like shit. His last what? His last the first time his first time he's been on Haiti too. He always been Haiti. He always got beef with Haiti.
Mm-hmm. Now,
It's all good though.
get here because you still got that Haitian accent. When did you get here?
Me?
Yeah,
Now I was born in Haiti. Of course I still got my accent.
but that's what I'm saying. When did you immigrate here?
When I was 15, like shit, I forgot what
Uh,
20,
Okay, how old are you now?
20 28. I'm 32 now.
Okay, so you've been here for like 15, a little over 15 years. Okay.
Yeah, plus 15 plus.
Okay. Yeah, hey, some shit might happen. They might drag you back. Uh-huh.
Nah, I mean I'm legal. Yeah, I ain't worried about that shit.
All
But I
right.
want to go, but I don't just don't want to be here no more.
Oh
Yeah,
no. Yeah, no. Yeah,
no,
you ain't
I'm serious.
bro, you probably got the shades closed and the doors locked. You ain't trying to go nowhere. That's fine.
Nah, nah. I'm in a small town in North Carolina, shit, and ain't none of that nice shit going on. If I was maybe in Florida, maybe, but it ain't really nothing going over here like that. North Carolina ain't got that shit going on out here.
There you go. All right, brother Zoe, man. Sock passe to you, brother. All right.
No, hey man, I'm glad to talk to you, bro. I've been want to talk to you for a long time.
No doubt. Yeah, I always keep the phone line open for everybody. I'm very excited.
Shouts out to you, though. Man. Hey, I'm a so for line, nigga.
No doubt, my man. All right, brother. You better lock them doors before they come get your ass. Don't try to scare us. That shit ain't working on us. Everybody can, oh, yo, you niggas are going to be next. No, we ain't. No, we ain't. We're good. Man, yeah, that ain't going to work. That is not going to work. And look, listen. The Democrats are going to be very hostile at us, family. The Democrats are going to be very hostile. Listen, they're going to get their lick back. The Democrats are going to be mad at us, the black grassroots. Oh, because see, they're gonna blame foundational Black Americans as the scapegoat. Oh, y'all made this happen with all that tangible talk. Oh, I'm already hearing it. Oh, they're gonna really double down, family. They're gonna be attacking the Black grassroots. So y'all get ready for that. They're gonna be more hostile. They're not gonna learn from this. They're gonna be hostile. You're gonna have more tethers coming into these rooms talking crazy, more bushmeat barristers and RJs. Oh, they're gonna double down. They want to get their lick back. Oh, they got very much embarrassed. They're so embarrassed now, they getting spanked. And yeah, they're gonna start attacking a lot of us very openly. Roland and those guys, oh, they're gonna be doing a lot of cursing. Oh, we're gonna be all types of stupid fools and all this stuff. They're gonna send agent provocateurs in our mix. The Democrats are good for that. Oh, they're going to start sending all types of ops. They're going to start doing their little COINTELPRO tactics. They're going to make more documentaries trying to discredit me and many of the FBA grassroots. Oh, they're going to be coming in here with all of that. You niggas are helping Trump. You're just like the white supremacists. We're going to hear all that bullshit. No. This is your own fault. Hey, all you needed to do was throw them tangibles at us. Hell, this you brought this on you. Everything ain't that bad. If it was so bad, you would have broke bread. If it was so bad, hey, it ain't that bad. Y'all would have came through with them damn reparations like we told you, Democrats. See how's all this working now? Huh? How's all this stuff working out now? Congressional black talkers. Some of your kin folks getting rounded up. How y'all trying to scare us? Listen. When Trump said the 14th Amendment was specifically for the babies of slaves, meaning foundational black Americans, oh man, boy, they really that put a bug in everybody's ass. Because see, that statement, that implicitly it cuts off immigrant access to citizenship through birthright. By saying that, telling the truth that the 14th Amendment was for the children of enslaved foundational black Americans, not immigrants, that just challenges that whole anchor baby thing. And many of these immigrant groups, they're used to being prioritized over foundational black Americans in policy and media. See, for decades, under the Democrats, these people, they've been elevated. They get these non-citizen immigrants and give them benefits and programs and symbolic representation at the expense of foundational black Americans. Now that foundational black Americans, we've been constitutionally recognized and low-key protected in a way that other people have not been. Now there's resentment. Yeah. See, a lot of these people are really, I keep saying this, they are uncomfortable with the fact that foundational black Americans cannot be deported or stripped of our lineage-based citizenship. See, these immigrant families, they live under the shadow, they hide and ducking, dodging, dipping in your car, rolling your window up, tinting your windows. And we, as foundational black Americans, we are deeply rooted and constitutionally cemented in the fabric of this nation. And that frustrates a lot of people who want to just kind of lump us in that same disposable, vulnerable category. Just like the brother who just called up. Trump is going to get us. You're going to go back in slavery. Stop. Stop. No. That ain't working, y'all. That fear mongering ain't, y'all rely on that fear mongering to try to manipulate foundational black Americans into joining your cause. No, we're good. Yeah, they can't deport us. That manipulation don't work. And these people, they fear the political consequences of foundational black Americans organizing separately and not co-signing these immigration agendas. Hey, it's too much hostility coming from people. We done that. We see that ain't working. We're realizing we ain't gonna just keep doing the same shit over and over and getting the same janky results. So we're trying something new. Us. We focusing on us. That's the new thing. We're gonna do what everybody else is doing. We focusing on us. All of this kumbaya shit ain't working for us. It hadn't worked. All it does is elevate you and then make you hostile to us. So damn that. Yeah. We ain't doing the people of color umbrella. We're doing lineage-based demands. And when we do that, that's why they're so hell-bent against us acknowledging our lineage. Why y'all think this is why they're so butthurt? They see what it is because they know when we focus on our lineage, we're not going to get targeted like they get targeted. And then we can't act as a shield for them because they've always needed us to be a shield. So they try this smear campaign to guilt us into staying tied to this multicultural Pan-African coalition where we don't get shit, but we sit here and protect everybody else. No, those days are over. Those days are over. It's time for everybody to hold their own nuts. See, a lot of these people now, they see a shift in the power dynamics. And you know what? A lot of these folks, they don't like the thought of being beneath foundational Black Americans in the hierarchy. Family, a lot of these immigrant groups, Hispanic, Asian, even African and Caribbean, they've enjoyed this unspoken social preference over foundational Black Americans in media, hiring, education, the whole shebang. They know that they get prioritized because they know we're looked at as troublemakers. We'll speak up if something ain't right. They know we speak up. If the money ain't right, we speak up. These other folks sit up here and work for peanuts, and you ain't getting no benefits because you got 20 niggas living in the house with you. Foundation of Black Americans, we're gonna step up and say, hey, look, wait a minute. We all need a raise. This money ain't right. Yeah, y'all did pretty good this quarter. We all need a raise and some dental benefits because my tooth hurt, and I'm gonna need some medical. And my sister about to have a baby, so we need some maternal time off. So we gonna speak up as foundational Black Americans. So we're looked at as troublemakers to a certain degree because we're gonna make sure everything is done right and equitable. Other groups ain't gonna rock the boat, so they get prioritized. And these other groups, they understand that. Now that they are not being prioritized, and foundational Black Americans, as Trump has said, we're the intended beneficiaries of the 14th Amendment. See, that didn't flip the social order. You understand? That didn't flip the whole thing now. That's why there's a need for them to drag us down with them. You see? Everything is all about y'all need to come on down here with us. Y'all gonna get it too. We gonna get deported and you gonna be in slavery. Come on down here with us. They keep trying to drag us down with them. Yeah, you see that? Everything is all about us. All of these groups getting targeted. Everything they say is not about white supremacy. It's not about them getting deported. It's not about them being targeted. It's about where are the FBAs to come on down here with us. That's their main focus. Where are we and how come we ain't down there in the trenches with them? Damn that. Because see, the hierarchy has been disrupted now. They don't like it. But damn that, it's not our job to put the cape on for you. A lot of these folks, they don't want to acknowledge that foundational Black Americans, we have a unique constitutional and historical claim. Yeah, instead of them accepting the legal truth that foundational Black Americans, we're the only group whose citizenship was guaranteed as a remedy for slavery. They try to erase that specificity and try to lump us into this whole we all gonna get it category. Nah. And see, a lot of these people, they fear losing the ability to exploit that civil rights legacy that was built by foundational Black Americans. See, all of these groups, they benefited from the laws and movements birthed by foundational Black Americans, affirmative action, civil rights protection, the 14th Amendment, all that. And then they get in certain positions and start gatekeeping the benefits that we help them get. Trump has just reminded these people who the 14th Amendment was actually for, and that weakened their ability to kind of co-opt that legacy. And they know that when foundational Black Americans, we're starting to focus on our own interests, that exposes the leeching. So it's not, these folks ain't just pissed off about Trump. It's all about the implications. See, when we get mentioned as somewhat of a semi-protected class, not fully, because there's a lot of stuff that we still need, but just Trump mentioning the babies of slaves, letting the public know that these policies are specific for us and it protects us specifically. Oh, that rocks the whole apple cart. You see, because every group has been feeding off of that. They've been eating off that. And for the president to come out and say, hey, all of y'all ain't gonna just come and exploit this. This ain't meant for no damn anchor babies. See, the backlash doesn't come from the lack of solidarity, but it's the fear of losing proximity to power that these folks don't like for benefits that were never truly earned by them. And let's be very clear about that damn 14th Amendment. I want y'all to be very clear. The 14th Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, that started as a Black grassroots movement. I want y'all to be very clear. The only reason the 14th Amendment got into play, it was because of foundational Black American activists. See, the 14th Amendment, it was really created to overturn that Dred Scott decision when they said a black man has no rights a white man was bound to respect. It was black activists said, oh, no, 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 damn that, damn that. No, we're going to have to do something about that. As black activists started hitting the pavement, good brothers like William Nesbitt, because also at the time, they have the American Colonization Society trying to get free black people to go over to Liberia. William Nesbitt, he went over there and he was like, oh, no, this ain't it. This ain't us. He wrote a pamphlet called 4 Months in Liberia. He exposed the colonization. It was a racist scheme to exile black people. And he said, no, 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 no. We ain't the same people. He went over there and he said, this is some primitive backward shit. They eating raw animals and living in shack. He was like, and the slave quarters look better than this. Yeah, he's like, no, this ain't us. This ain't us. He said, no, no, no. He went back to the US and he started fighting for full citizenship within the United States. And he started laying the moral and strategic groundwork for the 14th Amendment. And you had all of these black-led equal rights leagues that were organizing and they were lobbying Congress for the amendment. Nesbitt, he was part of the Pennsylvania State Equal Rights League. That was a very influential chapter of the National Equal Rights League. And, they were coordinating petitions, they were having conventions, they were directly lobbying some of those Republican lawmakers. And their message was real clear. They were like, look, black people, we are not no damn immigrants. We're owed full rights as native born citizens here. Yeah. It was I think Frederick Douglass was clicked in with him, a brother named Octavius Cato, who was a rider. They were stomping hard. Octavius Cato, he was like Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks. He refused to leave like a segregated streetcar in Philadelphia. So he was causing civil disruption, saying, hey, look, we're citizens. We're going to do the same shit citizens do. They were pressuring them. Also, what they did, they used the fact that the black military service during the Civil War, they leveraged that. Like Octavius Cato and those guys, during the Civil War, they organized black volunteer regiments. When the Confederates went up there and they tried to invade Pennsylvania rather, they tried to go up there in Pennsylvania and do like a Confederate invasion. It were black volunteers that were swooping them back up off there. They were saving the cities and the states up there with these black military guys. Even Abraham Lincoln said the Civil War, the Union would not have won if it were not for the black freedmen. Lincoln said this. And these brothers, that was part of their talking point, that heroism on the battlefield, that gave them moral authority to give some demands. They were like, listen, this country wouldn't be a country if it weren't for us. We fought and died for the damn Union. If it weren't for us helping this Union stay together, them rednecks in the South would have just tore this bitch up. It would have been a split, divided country. So damn it, if we fought and died for this country, we're going to get some damn equal rights and equal damn citizenship. So they gave brilliant arguments. You see? And they kept pushing and they got it passed. My brother, Octavius Cato, he even got shot on election day by a white Democrat because people didn't, it was some pushback. People were literally, foundational black Americans were dying, literally, to get the 14th Amendment passed. We spilled blood for the 14th Amendment. Yeah? We spilled blood for it, literally, and got it through. So that's what it is. So yeah, when we say the 14th Amendment was for us, intended for us, we literally mean that. Not only was it intended for us, it was initiated by us. Let me get my brother, Dr. Randy Short, in the building. Dr. Short, hop on in here, sir. Man, I am phenomenal, Dr. Short. How are you, sir?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Literally, you were saying what was in my heart. Our people bled, suffered, and died for that 14th Amendment. At minimum, somewhere around 40,000 black men died, and it's probably an undercount in the Civil War. 40,000. That's a lowball number. And by the way, that's not a very accurate number because tens of thousands of blacks served passing as white And the Union Army, I know because I had a family full of them who served in the Union Army as white folks when there weren't United States colored troop groups for them to be in. These guys died. And following the Civil War, tens of thousands of blacks were massacred and killed. Many of them, Civil War veterans, were targeted and massacred as black veterans have been killed after every war the United States has fought, or they've been denied services like Vietnam, Gulf Storm, Desert Storm, basically Cracker Storm. So we've died for this, and the tens, scores of thousands of people shed blood for this 14th Amendment. These people can't even gun a picket line or do anything. They ventured nothing. They deserve nothing. Everybody talks about how hard everybody works and how much they do. Then damn it, earn your rights in America versus right off of us, number one. And then number two, it has to be said. It has to be said. If in fact we were the ones that died for it and suffered for it, we should be the first ones to get all of it. And last but not least, and it has to be, we as a people need to start reenacting the Civil War, because we act as if we didn't lose between, say, 1861 and 1871 easily. 100,000 or more black people were murdered, starved, killed, wounded, fighting for this. I mean, 100,000 is a good number. It's a fair number. You add in the Devil's Punch Bowl. You deal with all the massacres. There were massacres all over this country. Black men and women massacred in cold blood, fighting for the Union cause. And no one talks about it. Fort Pillow's not the only one. Olustee, Florida, where white people have festivals dancing on the bodies of massacred black men and women. You have not Slocum, there's a Saltville, whatever, it's in North Carolina. They had places, they massacred them in Kentucky. Black folks were killed by the thousands for this. It's all about us and nobody else. It's time to get selfish and stingy and individualistic about who benefits from what our ancestors bled, suffered, and died for. Keep the faith, baby. Preach on.
Yes, indeed, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, Dr. Short, oh man, he hit on it. He hit on it. He hit on it. Listen, it's okay to be stingy. It's okay to look out for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. It is okay. See, the thing is, we try to be the moral authority, which is cool, but we have to balance that. We have to balance moral authority with strategic power, family, and boundary enforcement. You see, family, moral authority without power, that becomes symbolic. That's not strategic. Relying solely on a moral high ground, see, that turns resistance into symbolism rather than a force for real change. See, power respects power, not morality. So moral appeals alone, that don't stop oppression. And see, the oppressor class, they lack the conscience to be moved by morality, expecting empathy from people who created warfare against you and they're committed to dominating you. See, that's naive and that's dangerous. See, many historical oppressors, they've mocked or weaponized Black moral restraint. You just can't be the moral high ground all the damn time. Boundaries, that teaches people how to treat you. See, when foundational Black Americans, if we fail to set hard boundaries, others, they'll assume that there's not going to be no consequences. Power is demonstrated through a willingness to defend one's dignity and interest. That's what we're doing now. What we're doing now are power moves. That's why shit's getting moved around. Now we starting to look out for ourselves. We ain't doing this whole moral high ground thing. We're going to start looking out. We're going to start saying, hey, our group, our lineage, we need protection. We need tangibles. We need certain focus on us that other groups are getting. See, passive resistance, it's only effective when it's coupled with the threat of consequences. You see, you got to have some consequences there. See, Dr. Martin Luther King, the movement in the 60s, it wasn't just moral. It was backed by global pressure, civil unrest, organized disruption. See, they knew how to play it. They knew how to have the church-going black folks in front of the cameras, but behind the scenes, you had some of them riders. You had some of them revolutionaries. You had some of them brothers out there with black coats on and leather jackets and Molotov cocktails backing them up. That's why some of those early video footages of Dr. King and those guys getting thrown, rocks and shit thrown at them, you stop seeing that after a while. That's because they had some riders who were off camera who wasn't going to let nobody get hit with no damn rocks and bottles no more. You understand? See, power vacuums, that invites exploitation. See, if we don't assert ourselves with authority, other groups are going to come in and fill that vacuum and then claim leadership over black causes, see, and then rewrite our history. See, we let the Congressional Black Caucus do that. Congressional Black Caucus, they're using the word black, but these are a bunch of damn tethers up in there now, and they don't do a damn thing for us. They do everything for immigrant groups, but they don't do nothing for us. We let these people come in, the Sheila Jackson Lees and all these people come in and act as our representatives while they sit here and starve us the hell out while feeding all the immigrants our resources. See, we should have been on that. And Dr. Claude Anderson has been telling us to be on this lineage thing for the longest. I'm glad we were catching up to it. See, global respect is tied to strength, not just suffering. See, nations and groups, they gain respect when they show they can protect themselves, not when you can just endure hardship with grace. You see, moral martyrdom, that inspires pity, not partnership. We got to make moves, power moves, and put our damn foot down. Because there's too much morality emphasis that leads to guilt-based manipulation. You know, you're trying to shame people. No, we ain't doing that. We're gonna let you know, hey, if you don't do this, we're gonna make your political party crash and burn. That's a consequence. That's what we did with the Democrats. We gave them a consequence. We got on code about our lineage, and we told them, we need tangibles. Here's the dollar amount. Get busy. Well, we ain't gonna do that. Okay, well, you ain't gonna get elected in the next election cycle. Oh, are you guys y'all MAGA or something? I know them shaming tactics ain't gonna work. Shaming tactics ain't gonna work. If you don't give us what we're telling you to give us, your party's gonna suffer. They tried to play chicken with us. Now look at them. They're suffering. That's called power. That's a power move. That's a consequence. You understand? Building power, that requires strategic aggression, not just defensive posturing. See, other groups, they mobilize politically, economically, socially to gain leverage. We got to match that energy. See, without political and economic muscle, morality, it becomes a begging tool instead of a bargaining chip. Yeah? It's because we got the Majara spirit. The Majara spirit, man, that requires balance, benevolence, and boundaries. See, that FBA spiritual essence of Majara, that includes compassion and righteous justice. See, true spiritual strength knows when to show grace and when to show fire. That's why our ancestors are burning down them damn plantations in the South. These random plantations are catching on fire. That's the ancestors understanding how to do some righteous vengeance there. You see? So we got to have that kind of energy. We really got to have that kind of energy.
I can dig it. I'm on my way.
Where you going, Rootwork Jones?
There's some musty suckers on the streets. I got to go handle that. I got to split, baby. Can you dig it?
When you need to clean the stank off the streets, you don't call your mama. You call Rootwork Jones. Rootwork Jones is a stone-cold dude that keeps the stanky suckers shaking in their boots.
Listen up, chumps. I'm looking for Dolomus. Can you dig it?
Rootwork Jones is getting down to the nitty-gritty, taking on the mustiest sucker in the city.
Dolomust is my name, and staying good and musty is my game. Where is Rootwork Jones?
This is a super soul brother getting rid of the stank. And you can for sure take that to the bank.
Take that, you musty jive turkeys.
When Rootwork Jones is not dealing with drama, he finds time to deal with foxy mamas.
Why don't you come on over here and give me some of that root work, sugar?
Rootwork Jones. He's bold. He's bad. And he's keeping the suckers musty mad. Rootwork Jones coming to a theater near you. Go to rootworkstyle.com.